always on an angle. Today is Friday, November 4th. A little recap on this past week. Longer week than the past few weeks have been. I could have worded that a lot better. Felt a little longer than usual. With that being said, it wasn't a bad week by any means. So also, this past weekend, I went to Six Flags for the first time in my life. The reason why I ended up going, I have never had an inclination to go. I've never really wanted to go, and I've never really been in a situation where whoever was like, oh, we're going to Six Flags. But it was obviously Halloween this past weekend. The deal was, Nick, who you have seen if you watch my videos, hates haunted houses. Me, I've never been on a roller coaster / I never really wanted to go on one. If I would go out on a roller coaster, Nick would go on a haunted house. Danny, Nick, and I drove down. We first went on Viper, which is it's a wooden roller coaster. I have no idea what to compare it to. I was holding on for dear life. But we did a haunted house. Both Nick and I were really scared. Danny was just walking through laughing at us. And then we went on Raging Bull. I lost my shit on Raging Bull. I actually kind of enjoyed it. Once I got past the drop, it was like, once I got past the drop, I was okay. Kind of. Forget it. Anyways. Okay. One of the really big things for me this past week was moving forward with the company up in Minnesota that my business partner and I are now beginning to work with to develop our product that I keep kind of faintly talking about. I don't want to say we're halfway done with creating the prototype, but we have two companies. One company produced their samples for the prototype, and we had to find a second company because the first fell through. Now we have the company up in Minnesota that we have. So now we just sent everything to them, and they are beginning to develop designs for the rest of the product. So that's really exciting. I don't think this opportunity has hit me as much as it will down the road once we really start going with, launching this product, launching this business. But it started to hit me more this past week as I was filling out more paperwork and getting samples together to send out to this company to get the ball rolling. And that's kind of what I want to touch on for this check-in. It's regarding a topic that I feel is really important to people my age, and that is taking advantage of opportunities. We've talked about the idea of time and putting time into developing something, learning to be genuine, expressing our genuine self, really all of that, and I think it's one of the beginning steps to accomplishing goals, and that is to jump at the chance of an opportunity. It could be something as simple as taking advantage of an extra credit opportunity in class. The rest of the class doesn't want to do it because it's extra work outside of the class, but you really feel like deep down you want to get that extra credit and you feel like that would help. Kind of going back to the idea of society dragging you down, because everybody else isn't doing it, you don't jump at that chance. Looking back at high school, found myself wandering into the theater. I found myself asking if they needed help with constructing these sets, whatever it might be. It came time for the auditions for the spring musical that year. Again, my freshman year. Being the young freshman that I was, did not want anything to do with being on stage. I didn't want to get involved. Somehow I got dragged into it. Yeah, I was in the chorus and I got to play a bunch of different roles, which was awesome, but I became a featured dancer freshman year. I started to kind of see this opportunity in Dominican's theater. Fast forward to now, I'm able to look back at my 4 years at Dominican and look back at the 14 shows that I did, that I was in, that I was a part of. That was such a big home that I had at Dominican. Theater was like my main thing, and if I never would have gone to that first audition, there's a strong chance that I wouldn't have gotten involved in that first show, made the relationships that I did, made the connections, and put myself out there. And then I look at this past week with this company up in Minnesota and the product that I'm developing. By the end of my 4 years during senior year, I started my first business. Did I have any clue what in the hell I was doing? No. The decision to start Upties has grabbed a lot of people's attention. Fast forward to now, because of those choices that I made, I have a massive opportunity in front of me with this different company that I'm now co-founding. It could be developing a product. It could be grabbing coffee with a friend you haven't seen in a while, to saying yes to a completely new club or organization on campus, to becoming someone's confirmation sponsor, to finally building up the guts to ask the girl that you have a crush on, ask the guy to grab coffee or study or whatever it might be. What is the worst that could happen? Honestly, in those type of situations, what is the worst that could happen by taking a chance at that opportunity? It goes back to where you're at now, where you want to be, and what's needed in the middle to achieve that. But that first step is the most important part. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys agree with me, hit that thumbs up down below. Share it on Facebook, share it with your family and friends. I really appreciate the support. Stay tuned for the next episode, and thank you guys really for watching. I really appreciate it. That's where I end it. Right here.